party I went to, Diddy party. We went to the little private area behind the, cause he had a house behind his house. Like he had a backyard with his backyard with a fat bed, and then it had like a miniature little whatever.
Recently, there was a stir on the internet when Chrisean Rock chastised Young Miami on Instagram for selling her to Diddy so he could utilize her in his freak-offs. The news occurred soon after Miami was revealed by a victim in the ongoing trial who was posing as Jane Doe, so people didn't take it well at all and dragged her through the dirt. According to the victim, Miami was Diddy's top freak-off queen and was earning the most money of any of his sidekicks. According to Jane Doe, Miami was getting about $250,000, which was then increased to $500,000. While she was only getting about $10,000, Diddy reportedly raised Miami's monthly income to $500,000 in addition to freaking out with him because she was providing him with prostitutes, including Chrisean Young, and assisting him in concealing his wrongdoings. Miami became entangled in this. Lil Rod, one of Diddy's Essays victims, filed a lawsuit against him a while back. In the original declaration, he solely talked about what Miami had done to him, but he then amended it to include information that, according to court documents, she had gotten up to $250,000 in exchange for a number of offenses, including transporting cocaine across state lines for Diddy. Lil Rod allegedly put narcotics in his drink when Diddy took him to a Thanksgiving dinner in Miami. He was too drunk to defend himself, so he told Young Miami to have her cousin sign him while he watched and had fun. According to Jones, Miami's cousin entered the bathroom while he was there and began to verbally and physically abuse him without getting his permission. As I mentioned before, Lil Rod later included a lot more damaging evidence regarding Young Miami in the complaint. He claimed that Miami was one of the people who received a monthly payment from Diddy to work as his former employees, and he supplied a few photos from that night that showed her and her cousin having a blast. He further said that she provided Diddy with drugs whenever he required them, including his notorious pink has been mentioned frequently during his trial. In fact, on the day he was arrested, the federal agents took it from his hotel room. It looks like he was preparing another freakout for that day, despite the police saying it was outside their jurisdiction. Returning to Lil Rod, he claimed that Diddy used to receive this pink via Miami's private jet. As per the lawsuit, Brendan Paul would be responsible for ensuring that employees were paid in cash, while Robin Greenhill, the accountant, would make sure that money transfers or cash payments were given to former employees such as Frankie Santelmo and KK. A wire transfer from Robin Greenhill to teenage Miami residents Jade and Daphne Joy, who were paid a monthly fee to work as Mr. Combs' former workers, described the defendant's ongoing illegal activities. This tea was being talked about as soon as it was made public. There were rumors that Diddy was paying Miami up to $500,000 a month. They were clearly right, and at one time they even ended their relationship because she was at her breaking point. Do you recall when Miami brashly threatened Diddy's sidekick that if Gina just phoned Diddy, she would be on her knees drinking her urine? As the mother of this household, you young girls are under my authority. Why else would she have shown such courage if not for a conflict that was never really serious?
Miami put out a tweet a while back and basically was into it with, I guess, one of Diddy's other women. And she basically said, if I wanted you to eat my cat, Diddy would have had you on your knees by now. Do you think that that was really like her telling on herself before she knew things were gonna hit the fan?
No, I think that was her being herself because she's a dumb.
Damn.
I think she was just telling the truth because it's almost as rough as Nicki Minaj with females out here. I hear she lace front all the time. Snatching up and throwing them in her nasty twat. Like when I think of the title of her show, I'm like, is that what your victims be saying? Carisha, please?
Oh, man. Damn. Okay.
Please, Carisha, stop, Carisha, please. She likes that. That turns her on. Wild bitch. And her in the sexy red and the Sukianas and all this the saucy Santanas. The whole lot of them. Got sadists. I know a punisher when I see one. I was a punisher one time in my life. You know, it takes one to know one. And I used to be hard on, but these, they doing. I wouldn't.
However, Carissa decided to participate as well after hearing about it online. She revealed that Young Miami convinced Chrisean to attend Diddy's free concerts. She stated that she dated Sean frequently during a time in Miami's history, but she wasn't entirely sure why until Diddy became involved in. She started to piece things together at that point and realized they were enlisting Comb by persuading Miami to join Diddy's freak-off women. As you may remember, Rock was actively courted by Diddy and a girl named Carisha to join them.
Trying to recruit Chrisean. That's what Diddy and what the girl Carisha was trying to recruit Rock. Remember that when they was heavily trying to get Rock to hang out with them? I think they was trying to recruit her. She got a lot going on. We're gonna talk about it on this podcast. We're gonna get to the nitty gritty of all the gritty of the nitty. Cause it's necessary. I think them was trying to recruit her. Cause remember they just had her pulling up to everything. Thought she love her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, remember? See what I'm saying? We don't this podcast gonna be, cause y'all know the mama know everything and everybody business. So we gonna find out on this podcast. We ain't gonna talk no shit about nobody. We ain't gonna mock nobody, but we definitely gonna explore the possibilities that was going on. Cause they kept calling her, remember, pull up to the birthday party. Come over here and dance on Carisha. Remember that? I feel like they was trying to recruit that baby to be in on this. That makes, see what I'm saying? That's why I gotta have a podcast, cause I gotta get the shit on the table. Can't nobody get it on the table but my nosy, okay? Tasha K ain't she over there making up. I know we gonna get to the bottom of it on this podcast. Tell me if I'm lying. Go on over there and tell me if I'm lying. I'm telling you, they was trying to recruit that baby. They said, let's get her away from him. Mm-hmm. That's what they was doing. We gonna put a couple pounds of that on her and have her fly. They ain't gonna never suspect her.
Damn, that would make so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he grabbed him and he said, what did he say? He said, do you love her or she needs love? All she needs is love.
All she needs is love. Now, how about that? We're gonna explore
An old video of Chrisean at one of Diddy's parties, where he kept reaching over and caressing her face, was discovered along with receipts of the things Carissa had been discussing. Everyone initially believed Carissa was attempting to use her influence to divert attention from the problem. Chrisean appeared pretty uneasy and perplexed, so she described how Diddy broke up with the executive producer of Baddies Lamu Plumber in another video that was made public in January of this year. She claimed that Diddy invited her and Lamu to a secret chamber which was directly behind his own house. Apparently, this house was where some no phones were permitted at that residence, and Lamu was prohibited from having his security with him following private incidents that many considered to be his freakouts. Chrisean claimed that as soon as she and Lemieux entered the room to meet Diddy, Diddy grabbed him by the neck for underpaying her for being fierce. I didn't understand what she was saying when I first heard this. Lemieux's underpayment was probably a ploy to give Chrisean a sense of security under his care, especially while Diddy was attempting to convert Chrisean to his way of life. She and Lemieux began to have issues after that day, but he began giving her a lot of money.
Never forget that motherfucking day, bro. So I set a price. I said 200,000. You said 100. I said 150. I'm not going underneath that. Cause what? I'm about to bring a lot to the table. That little party I went to, Diddy party. We went to the little private area behind the cause he had a house behind his house. Like he had a backyard with his backyard with a fat bed, and then it had like a miniature little whatever. And then me and Lemmy go upstairs. They tell him that he can't bring his security. He went in like a little with no security, so it's just me and Lemmy. We go up in there. Hold on. We go up in there. We go upstairs. He like, what's up, Diddy? You know, you met Chrisean. You gave her kisses on the cheek. Early on in the party or whatever. We just wanted to follow up. I'm glad that you Sean. And then he grabbed Lemmy by his neck. It was like, but do you with her. Like, don't play with her. All she need is love. Don't play with her. Don't play with her. And I didn't understand that till...
As demonstrated with Cassie and his second victim, Diddy's strategy up to this point has been to persuade Kay that she deserved better and that he was the one who would make it happen for her. As I previously mentioned, Jane Doe testified that Diddy employed the same tactic to secure her when he was incarcerated. As you may remember, Jane Doe had been seen Diddy from 2022 until the feds found him, so Young Miami was aware of who she was. Jane Doe claims that she dated him between 2021 and 2024. In contrast to Cassie, Jane acknowledged that she stayed with Diddy because he was paying her rent and had promised to give her more than $1 per month if she met with all of his requests, including the freak-offs. That is the sole difference between Doe's and Cassie's statements. Despite her repeated protests that she didn't want to do any of it, Diddy essentially gaslighted her by reminding her who was paying the bills and threatening to stop doing all of that if she left. Abruptly, after viewing photos of him hanging out with Young Miami and Turks, she decided to end their relationship. However, when she refused to go out with him, he decided to go to Miami instead of her, because it appeared to suggest that Miami was cool with the antics and that she would go out with Diddy as long as the money was pouring in. Many people gave her the side eye. They drew her in this way because they wouldn't have cared if she hadn't been out here allegedly trying to recruit naive girls like Sean. Do you think Young Miami was actually trying to get on when they were allegedly recruiting folks for Diddy? Please use the space provided below to express your comments. Remember to head here to watch this other filthy music video. Someone said it would have been a mistake to recruit Rock since he wouldn't keep a secret. Someone else suggested that they should go for Lemmy and Natalie next. Young Miami is doing this for Diddy, and Natalie is doing this for Lenny. The whole industry is acting strangely.